The most devastating weapons ever used on Earth were nuclear bombs. The largest ones created by humanity had the power to level cities and devastated whole countries. They left behind horrific destruction, with radiation causing immense suffering and illness for years to come. Those exposed to radiation have been reported to experience various health issues, including cancer, congenital disabilities, respiratory ailments, and genetic mutations. This video will explore the catastrophic effects of the most powerful nuclear weapons. From radioactive fallout to long-term health effects, stay until the end to learn about some of the disastrous consequences of these massively powerful bombs. On October 30th, 1961, the TSAR BOMBA, the most potent nuclear weapon ever built, was detonated, ending the nuclear arms race that began with the race for atomic weapons during World War II. Following the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on August 6th and 9th, 1945, the United States assumed the undisputed leadership role as the only nuclear weapons state in the world. However, that dominance was short-lived. During the war, the Soviet Union's nuclear weapons program made halting progress. However, Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin ordered a redoubling of efforts in 1945. Through the actions of spies like KLAUS FUCHS, the Soviet Union was able to infiltrate the British and American atomic weapons programs, aiding Soviet scientists in the development of their weapons. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more stuff before we continue. To sign up for new video alerts, click the bell icon. Have you already implemented it? Let us move on. A nuclear weapon is an explosive device that derives its destructive power from either fission bombs, or fusion reactions, thermonuclear bombs, which result in a nuclear explosion. Both bombs produce a large amount of energy from a small amount of matter. About 20,000 tons of TNT's worth of energy were released during the first fission or atomic bomb test, 84 TJ. The energy released by the first thermonuclear hydrogen bomb test was roughly equal to 10 million tons of TNT, 42 PJ. The W-54 nuclear bomb, with a yield of 10 tons TNT, and the TSAR BOMBA, with a yield of 50 megatons. It's possible for a thermonuclear weapon as light as 600 pounds, 270 kilograms, to produce energy equivalent to more than 1.2 megatons of TNT, 5.0 PJ. An entire city can be destroyed by blasts, fire, and radiation from a nuclear device that is no bigger than a conventional bomb. The proliferation of nuclear weapons is a focus of international relations policy because they are weapons of mass destruction. In two separate conflicts, the United States used nuclear weapons against the Hiroshima and Nagasaki Japanese cities in 1945. History of nuclear weapons. Nuclear fission or fusion reactions give nuclear weapons tremendous destructive power. During World War II, the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Free France worked together on the Manhattan Project to develop a fission weapon known as an atomic bomb. This effort was built on scientific advances made during the 1930s. The United States used nuclear weapons only once in hostilities in August 1945 when it dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in Japan to end the Second World War. Soon after, the Soviet Union began work on its atomic bomb project. Soon after, both nations were working on hydrogen bombs, even more potent fusion weapons. After Britain and France constructed their own systems in the 1950s, more countries acquired nuclear weapons over the years. What would Earth look like after a nuclear war? Nuclear weapons are the most destructive, inhumane, and indiscriminate weapons ever made. They differ from other weapons in their scope of destruction as well as their distinctively persistent, spreading, genetically harmful radioactive fallout. Millions of people could perish if a single nuclear bomb exploded over a sizable city. Using many nuclear weapons would alter the climate, leading to widespread famine. Nuclear firestorms would release soot and smoke into the upper atmosphere, and the researchers simulated scenarios, blocking the sun and causing crop failures worldwide. Average global temperatures would drop by about 13 degrees Fahrenheit in the first month after a nuclear explosion, a more significant drop in temperature than during the last ice age. Even after the smoke cleared, the ocean's temperature would quickly drop and never rise to pre-war levels. Sea ice blocks essential ports such as Copenhagen, St. Petersburg, and Beijing's port of Tianjin. by expanding more than 6 million square miles and reaching depths of 6 feet in some basins as the planet becomes colder. It would be not easy to get food and supplies into some cities like Shanghai, where ships are not equipped to deal with sea ice, as the sea ice would spread into normally ice-free coastal regions and obstruct shipping across the northern hemisphere. The marine algae that form the base of the marine food web would be killed by the abrupt drop in light and ocean temperatures, especially from the Arctic to the North Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. This would result in a famine in the ocean. Most fishing and aquaculture would cease as a result. The scientists created a computer model of what would happen to the Earth's systems if the United States and Russia used 4,400 nuclear weapons with a bomb yield of 100 kilotons to attack cities and industrial areas, causing the fires to eject 150 teragrams or more than 330 billion pounds of smoke and sunlight, absorbing black carbon into the upper atmosphere. Additionally, they created a computer model of what would occur if Pakistan and India each detonated 500 to 100 kiloton nuclear weapons, which would release 5 to 47 teragrams or 11 to 103 billion pounds of smoke and soot into the upper atmosphere. Nuclear conflict has terrible repercussions for everyone. Our studies have previously catalyzed for world leaders to end the nuclear arms race in the 1980s and pass a treaty banning nuclear weapons at the United Nations 5 years ago, according to co-author Alan Robach, distinguished professor in the Department of Environmental Sciences at Rutgers University. We anticipate that the results of this new study will encourage more countries to ratify the ban treaty. The devastation caused by the giant nukes on planet Earth is a stark reminder of the destructive potential of nuclear weapons. Despite their utility in global politics, it is essential to remain aware that such weapons have immense and irreversible impacts on people and the environment. We must continue striving for better international communication and understanding so that catastrophic events like those resulting from these nukes can be avoided. The video for today is over. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up. Remember to click the bell icon to get alerts when new videos are posted. Until then, goodbye. I'll see you in the next video.